What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to another test hand video here on the channel. Now, earlier this week I did go ahead and profile my Sky Striker for Hire deck for you guys. If you have not watched that profile, go ahead and check the description below because it will be down there for you guys to click on the link. This deck is very bad at going second. It's all about going first, setting up, and being ready for your opponent. We do main a lot of hand traps just in case we have to go second to try and stop them, but they're all there mainly to set up and have ready for Folga, that way we can stop them during their turn. And then in our next turn we can go ahead and OTK them. So let's go ahead, we'll have our opponent cut our deck. I did already shuffle. Have them give it a quick cut. And like I said, we do always want to go first, so we'll grab our first 5 cards. This deck is really bad at breaking a board, so if they go first and make a board, it's pretty much over for us. So it looks like we have Drones, Ash Blossom, Seal, Mayhem for Hire, and Called by the Grave. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. We'll go ahead and activate our drones. And where did I stick my token? I thought I just had, oh wait, it's right here. I was gonna say, I swore I set it somewhere. Alright, so we got our token here. We'll go ahead and use our token for our Kagari. Kagari will add the Hornet Drones back to hand. Hornet Drones for another token. And from there we can actually normal summon our Seal and use our token, Kagari, and our Seal for our Folga. And Folga can special summon anything that's not a machine, a beast warrior, or a warrior. So depending on what we want to do here, we can't go into our beat, unfortunately. What we can do is, since we do have Seal in Grave, we can go ahead and activate Folga to special. And depending on what we want to do here, since this is going to be for their next turn, what we can do is find our Donpa and special it. The reason behind this is we do have the Mayhem for Hire, as well as Ash Blossom. So what we can do here is set on this, set our Mayhem for Hire, have them get a quick cut in for us. So not as big of an OTK as what we could have done, but we do have that, as well as Called by the Grave set and Ash Blossom hand. So if they have anything during their turn, we can Ash Blossom it, as well as Called by the Grave anything we need to. And then finally we can Mayhem for Hire back our Seal. Donpa effect will target whatever we need to destroy, so if we're disrupting something. And then we can draw 3 cards off Folga for Raphael, Sky Striker, Engage, and then Bravo. So it kind of allows us to get plays going, depending on what we draw into. It's not the best deck. Obviously, it's not a tier 0 or tier 1 deck. This is more of just a fun deck that you can play around with. But because of that, you do get some fun plays with Folga and being able to pop things, especially with the amount of hand traps that you do play. So let's go ahead, we'll shuffle her up real quick, and we'll see what we can do for our second test hand. So one thing I did notice with this deck is it's really controlling. We are playing 11 hand traps with 3 Ogre, 3 Ash, 2 Effective, and 3 Impermanents. It is very controlling, and we want to be able to control our opponent and how they play. That is definitely why we want to go first with this deck. Like I said before, it's not a tier 1 deck or anything like that. It's all going to be about controlling them and not allowing them to actually play. So we'll go ahead and we'll draw our 5 and hope that we don't brick and that we can really get something going here. So we have Donpa, Raphael, Beat, Seal, and our Mayhem for Hire. So with that, we definitely want to be able to utilize our Mayhem for Hire here. So one thing we want to do is leave our Donpa on board. No matter what, leave the Donpa on board. That way we can use it later on in the turns. So we'll normal summon the Beat. Pray to God that they don't have Ash or Ogre or anything like that. Activate its effect, special summoning our Seal. Beat's effect will activate. And we'll go ahead and we'll add our Bravo. We'll activate our Seal's effect, special summoning our Bravo. Bravo's effect, special summoning are Donpa. And then finally, Donpa's effect, special summoning are Raphael. With that, Raphael's effect will activate, allowing us to look at the top 4 cards of our deck, because it allows us to look at the number of for hire monsters besides itself, with different names. So we'll look at the top 4 cards of our deck, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we can choose one of those cards added to our hand, the rest get shuffled back in. So Engage and Hornet Drones can't do anything for us. Right now, Recant can't do anything for us either, since we are going first. So we'll go ahead and we will go from there. Alright, so from there, we want to look at our field, and we need to leave our Donpa on board. So we're going to be using our Beat, our Seal, and our Bravo to be going into our Folga. Now Folga can go ahead and special summon one monster that's not a warrior, a beast warrior, or a reptile. So we can look at our deck here and we can see we can do a Recon, a Donpa, an Aqua, so we can do a Helmer, or we can do a Wiz. So what we're going to do is, currently our hand is a Mayhem for Hire and an Infinite Permanence. What we can do is we'll special summon the Wiz, gaining 1500 life points, and that will allow us, once our next turn comes around, we can actually draw off the Folga with the Donpa Pop, and we can rebuild our hand and have it ready to go to negate things with our Raphael as well as our Wiz. So we'll go ahead and we'll take our Infinite Permanence, we'll set that, we'll set our Mayhem for Hire, and from there we'll just pass turn. Their turn comes, depending on what they have going on, we'll Infinite Permanence them, and then if they actually start getting going, we'll Mayhem for Hire them, and we'll actually bring out our Beat, that way we can use that on our next turn. Now with that summon, our Donpa will activate, targeting whatever we need to mess with. That will destroy it. I apologize for the glare. And then Folga will allow us to draw 3 into a Hornet Drones, an Ogre, and a Beat. So we do then have that Ogre that can negate. We have a Beat in our hand that we can negate with Wiz or with Raphael, so we can discard that and negate something. So we do have 2 negates now in our hand that we can mess with, as well as the pot that we just hit and the impermanence. So the deck is all about going first, setting up your hand and board, and getting ready to negate anything that your opponent throws at you, and stop them from doing anything on their turn. Then on your next turn, you can go ahead and blow things up, Xyz summon, Link summon, and then OTK them. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and shuffle up one last time and see if I can get another good test hand for you guys. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump into our last test hand for you guys. We'll give our deck to our opponent, they'll shuffle it up and cut it for us. And we're going to grab our 5, and we'll see what we can do with our opening 5 cards. Keep in mind that sometimes we might not actually be able to do a lot with our opening hand. It might be down to that next draw the next turn, but we do have a lot of hand traps to stop our opponent from doing anything. So we do have Beat, Recon, Rhoda, Ghost Ogre, and Donpa here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and activate our Recon, or our Rhoda. Rhoda will search out our Beat. Now the reason we're doing that is because we don't want them to know that we already have a Beat in hand. We'll make them think that we had to search it. This will also draw out anything like an Ash Blossom, Droll and Lockbird, anything like that. That way we can stop there and not have to worry about extending and then getting stuck with things on the field. From there, we'll normal summon the Beat that we just added to hand. Beat's effect will special summon, depending on what we want to do here. We're going to go with a Recon. Beat's effect will activate, allowing us to search. So from there, depending on what we want going on here. So we have a warrior and a beast. A lot of times when it's going into Folga, you really have to think about what you want to end up with and what you want to be able to special summon. So we do always want to end with like a Raphael on our field, but we also want to be able to special summon something else. So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to add a Raphael. We're going to add a Bravo, because Bravo is something that we don't have to worry about later on. Give our deck a quick shuffle, cut. Alright, so after that we have Recon's effect, special Dampa. Dampa's effect with a special Bravo. From there, we already have used our Beats effect, so we'll use our Bravo, our Beat, and our Recon. And we're going to go into Folga. So we can't do a reptile, a warrior, or a beast, but we can do a Folga's effect to bring out our Raphael. So Raphael will be on summon. Effect will activate, allowing us to look at the top 2 cards of our deck. So we'll take a look at those. We have Effect Veiler and we have Dampa. We'll add the Effect Veiler. And then we have a Raphael that can negate with Beat by discarding it. We have an Effect Veiler to stop them, and we have a Ghost Ogre. So their next turn will say that they activate an effect, we negate it with Raphael, they activate another effect, we have the Effect Veiler, and then they activate something else. We hit them with the Ghost Ogre to draw 3 cards into Ghost Ogre, Engage, and Mayhem for Hire. So there's just lots of things with this deck. It's really just all about controlling your opponent and not allowing them to do anything. You do want to go first always. If you don't go first, you're going to have a bad time. So just hope that your opponent doesn't know what you're playing and they want to go second. Or that you win the dice roll. Either one of those works out really well. But yeah, that's what I've got for now, guys. This is the test hand video for the Sky Striker for Hires. If you did see anything that you think I could have done better with, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell on the way out the door. That way you get notifications whenever we post videos, at least 3 to 4 times a week. But with that, that's all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nate from the Scrub Academy, signing out for now. Peace out!